Good evening. Welcome to another episode of the Power Hour. I am Steve, along with the urban sensation that is the legend iconic C-Red. You can use any number of glossary terms to define his career. And joining us tonight here on the Power Hour is the Southland Championship Wrestling heavyweight champion, the man, the myth, the legend. This is JPH. What's happening, brother?
I'm doing all right, Steve. How about yourself?
I am doing great, and I remember the night that you won that title. As I go back in the midst of time, it seemed like it was the end of one road and the beginning of another. Can you kind of take us through that night? Because I've seen championships won before, but there just seemed to be something special in the air that night as you fought Max Holiday. Kind of take us through that evening for us. Big night for you.
Well, it was. Before I even went over to the SCW arena, me and James Creed, we just got back from Texas actually that night. And so by the time we got in, I was not only like tired, but I was like dead nervous because I was telling myself, all right, it's a big night for me. Max Holiday, SCW championship. I hope I pull through and I hope I win it. And when the match got underway, I mean, everything just happened so quick and all that. But when I finally got the pin, everybody jumped up for joy, congratulated me, everything like that of the sort. It was a really, really unforgettable moment for me. And that is something that I will never forget for the rest of my life.
It was fun to watch. It's always nice to see. I've seen many championships won over the years, and every champion is excited for the victor. Every champion is excited to raise that gold high in the air. But there just seemed to be something a little extra special, like you had finally won a very long race. And it seemed like you were excited, but somewhat relieved. And I kind of felt like it was, very emotional for you.
It was because I've been in Southland Championship Wrestling ever since 2017 when I was wrestling alongside RK Savage when we were the Rules of Wrestling and we were going for the tag team titles and whatnot. And of course, with no success and all. And then the following year in 2018, I tried to go on my own. And of course, I won some, I lost some. And I'll tell you this, January of 2020, I wrestled Marche Rocket. I had that triple threat match with not only him, but with Brian Cage. It's been a very long time coming since 2017. It has.
You've certainly come a long way, and thus far you have represented the SCW title with pride and confidence. C-Red, you've known JPH a while. When he walked out of Shabance with that title, what thoughts were going through your mind?
I wasn't there.
Well, I know you weren't there, but you heard about it.
I mean, I did hear about it. Social media. I mean, what more can I say? I was proud. Again, this is a shoot. It's not scripted. So I've known Jordan 2015, 2016, something like that. Jordan was one of those guys. Matter of fact, we met at a Chris Classic, a memorial show for his brother. And Jordan was one of those guys that came over and picked my brain. Now, usually, most people, especially young guys, they either see the old guy either as a threat or I don't know. But Jordan and ironically, D'Angelo Steele, which is now my stepson. So in real life.
World.
Jordan I, it's hard to call him D'Angelo. Anyway, both of them like kept picking my brain. Um, and that was different. That they were adamant about asking questions. So I could see that there was a hunger that they wanted more knowledge. You fast forward, I managed them, the rulers
Oh,
of wrestling, um, for a brief period in SCW, uh, until I have no idea what happened. I really don't. And then they split up, um, and I always had told Jordan I wasn't knocking where they got trained, but they needed more. They had the ability, they had the heart, but they needed to take those skills to the next level. And I felt they couldn't do that where they were. Um, so when I heard Jordan had went down to Southland, where they both went down to Southland, I was super happy because I knew that they would get the training that I got. So you fast forward, um, his partner left, and I really wondered what was going to happen with Jordan. I really wondered if he was going to be a guy that just fell to the wayside, you know, didn't believe in himself anymore, or I don't know. Jordan proved me wrong. His drive and determination uh, shows, and again, he's one of, I feel good when somebody actually takes advice, you know. So to see him and Creed and they're out here and they're traveling, like he said, they traveled to Texas. And I honestly thought he was in Texas. So for him to make that drive back and then do a show, boy, first of all, youngins today. Woo! I miss them days, boy. Yeah, when you was young, you could do that. Um, so to look on social media the next day and see not only did he make it back, he beat Max Holiday. And for anybody who has ever, Max is a former guest of our show. And again, I've been in the ring with Max, and Max
tough
doesn't come
customer,
to play.
tough
So
customer.
for Jordan to get his hand raised and now hold the SCW championship, I feel pride. I'm not gonna say, oh, I played a big part in his career. No, I told you, all I do is give the advice. They can listen if they want to. So Jordan is clearly one that he listened, you know, and they took the advice and look where he's at now. Um, I really, I watched Jordan wrestle, but a few months back, I stood there and I watched his match. And I watched it for the simple fact of picking it apart. And it was the match with against Scott Spade.
I believe that was his first title defense.
I had there was nothing I could pick apart. Nothing. Not one thing. I'm not gonna say the match was perfect because I believe there is no such thing as a perfect match. Um, somewhere something's gonna get messed up. It can be the entrance. Hell, it's to
Like
me
like
it's just
like
no.
sliding down an entryway, right?
Yeah, thank you. Right. So but Jordan, as the young folks say, he did the damn thing. And that again, I think that made me feel more pride than him winning the title. To actually see the growth of knowing where Jordan started with dreads, with hair, uh, and it was like Jordan was like the quiet one, and it was like, is he cut out for this business? He too quiet, you know. And I don't know. I guess I honestly like to think that transition from where he was down to SCW, like it opened him up, and his personality started to come out. And it was like, okay, great. Now let's see what you do. I watched his promos, and I was like, that's something. Before he would, he said maybe one or two lines and pass it off, and it's like now, it's two different people. If you know him before and you knew him now, like it's two totally different careers. Like, so I'm proud of you, dude.
Well, thank you, Xavier. I appreciate it. I greatly do.
You're making a name for yourself, so
I remember after that show, Red and I were talking at commentary, and we're kind of talking about the show as he and I sometimes do. And I remember him just being like, I can't believe how good he is now. So he's not blowing smoke. He legit said that to me. And it's funny, as I listen to Red talk and as I see how your paths intertwine, it makes me appreciate, not that this is the C Red show, but it makes me appreciate C Red all the more, and everybody should, because my God, man, it seems like every show we do, you are connected at pivotal points in the careers of just about all our guests. So I'm just here flapping my gums while, you've actually mattered in these people's lives, which I think is really cool about and I think that says all it needs to say about you in this business, because you got a young guy that is picking your brain, and obviously he took some of what you said to heart, because now he's carrying straps and he's proudly defending titles, and he's got a big matchup against somebody very well this Saturday night in Shabance. Now, JPH, I'm going to let Red call you Jordan. I'm going to stick to calling you JPH, because maybe someday I'll earn the respect to call you Jordan, but I'm going to stick to JPH for now. You got a big match. You've had big matches for the last several months. Obviously, beating Max Holiday, that is a difficult gig for any human being, because he's such a tough son of a bitch. Then you go up against Scott Spade, who just happens to be picking fights with the family, which is usually career suicide. So that is a formidable opponent as well.
Not just Scott Spade. Remember, he had Tiny with him too.
Yeah, Tiny, no doubt.
So that was like a handicap match. That was like 4 against 1.
Man's got balls of steel. And then, if that wasn't badass enough, let's go to Rock and Wrestling at the Steam Hollow Brewery, and he teams up with his good friend James Creed and goes up against the family. So JPH is not a guy that shies away from the big match, and the lights are going to be bright this Saturday night at Dissension VIII, and you're dealing with a whole other cat. And you know what? It's not like you can mention this idiot's name and then, for the love of God, he just happens to show up. Oh, Christ, this has gone to hell in a handcart. We're just talking about how JPH is the people's champ in Southland Championship Wrestling, and he's fought the toughest of foes. And now here we go. Captain Fantastic has shown up. This is Aaron Xavier.
Shows up on his own time, I see.
Yeah, you see, all the way down the mountain just to find a random place I can get enough signal to tell you this face to face, JPH. I don't know who you pissed off in that management structure over there at SCW, but you're a dead man walking. You are on borrowed time. This whole thing, this whole fairy tale of yours comes to an end in 4 days. 4 days time now. 4 days.
4 days, really? I mean, look, to be honest with you, Aaron, and I'll just call you Aaron, I didn't piss off nobody at SCW management at all. You see, Aaron, you were just the next in line. You're next in line for me to just take right back in the back and finally for you to learn your place. Because you see, Aaron, for the past couple months, you've been running amok at SCW. And to be honest with you, between you and me, Aaron, I don't appreciate it. I'm not going to allow it. And to be honest with you, I don't respect it at all. I don't respect the fact that you can just show up on SCW at your own time and just think you can run the place with your little dollar store suits and whatever the heck you also want to say as well. I mean, I don't care, to be honest. I don't care.
So dollar store suit. Wow, dollar store suit. That suit, those suits cost more than you get in paydays over the course of a year, JPH. Those suits cost more than you make in a year in paydays there, bud.
Oh,
like,
where'd you get?
And let me. I want you.
I want. Did you get that? I know you got it.
Boys.
I want you to think. I want you to think about it just like this. JPH, I came in. I made my intentions very clear. I made who my targets were very clear. I never mentioned you. So you have to ask yourself, why all of a sudden did they put you in the crosshairs? Why not Marco Anthony and Hunter Payne? They had no problem throwing Creed into the fire. They have no problem throwing everyone else in the fire. Why are they hiding the people that I made very common knowledge I was coming after? It's like,
I don't know.
I've never once mentioned your name.
You tell me.
I don't know.
Reason why there's a reason why you're even in the match with me in the first place. To be honest with you, I don't think that you're lucky. I think that I'm lucky that I'm facing you. And to be honest with you, Aaron, it's very telling to know that you run your mouth in wherever the heck you are right about now. And you can just sit here and just say that this, that, and the third and everything like that. I mean, look, let's be honest, short guy, because you're shorter than I am.
Well, it's okay. I'm shorter than a lot of people.
In 4 days, you're going to go in the ring against me. In 4 days, you are going to have the match of your life against the man, the myth, and the Odyssey, known as Jordan Piggies Harrison. And let me tell you something right now. All the training that you can do in the mountains of Georgia ain't gonna amount to nothing by the time it's all said and done and the smoke is cleared, Aaron. I am going to beat you. And there's nothing you or there's nothing your girlfriend could do about it either.
It's very funny. JPH, you make me laugh. You still are under this impression that, you're just being fed people. But once again, you have to ask yourself, you said it yourself, what have I done at SCW? Nothing. I showed up, said a few things. I've made targets very clear, never mentioned your name. So you still have yet to answer, why are they throwing you into the middle of this? And you got to remember, and Steve, you've known this for a long time, anytime it's me, it's never really just me, is it? You've got Angel. You've got John Hudson. I just want to know why. Who did you upset? It's like you weren't a part of this. It's like,
I didn't upset nobody.
Okay. I just find it awfully telling that magically you got thrown into someone else's fight. And it's unfortunate for you, and I feel bad for you. I really do.
Like I said, you were next in line. You're next in line, Aaron. It doesn't matter.
But what did I do? What did I do to get in line? What did I do to get in line? That's what you keep saying.
Right, well,
nothing. I did nothing.
You did nothing, Aaron.
Exactly. So how am I next in line? I did nothing to get in line.
But I think, personally speaking, with all the stuff that you're running your mouth for the past several weeks. I don't know, Aaron. It just seems like you're jealous. It just seems like you're jealous
of what?
You're not even a champion. You're not even a champion in the first place. So I guess that's why you're jealous, and that's why you're running your mouth, trying to go to this and that and everything like that. And I saw that match at that brewery show. I did. And what's going on with that nose of yours? Is everything all right there?
No, my nose was fine. It was my lip that was busted open.
Come on
Way
now.
to pay attention though, bud.
Okay. So this
Woo!
is very tense. I can see that Dissension VIII is going to live up to its name as we have the two participants in what should be a historic main event. We were talking to JPH about his rise to success. It's been over the last 3 months that he's crossed the threshold, become a champion, and has defended it several times. So the term fluke, the term accidental, the term lucky, those are gone. JPH is legit, and Aaron Xavier, you can appreciate that better than anybody. Now,
Never said once the man wasn't legit. You don't become heavyweight champion by not being good. You don't become heavyweight champion by not being legit. What I really am questioning is, how did he even get put into this to begin with? He said to himself, I'm next in line. But how did I even get in the line? I just showed up and said some stuff. So either A, they don't think he's the guy, so they're putting me at the front of the line, or he's pissed somebody off and they're like, hey, let's just throw him to the wolves.
see, that's the thing. You got my next question before I had a chance to ask it. JPH has had some stiff competition over the last few months defending his title, and it does seem kind of strange that somebody that hasn't been around for a cup of coffee in SCW would get a title shot. It seems very unlikely. It smells like there's something going on, and I'm not sure so much that it's about anybody that JPH pissed off, but C-Red, obviously, and me better than anybody, knows how the mind of the evil genius works and knows the manipulative possibilities that are created in that sick, twisted mind of yours. And we know your influence on people. So why don't you tell us exactly how suddenly you're the number one contender? You had one match, you lost, and you interfered in the 2 out of 3 falls match. Other than that, you really don't have much of a track record here. Is it your reputation from the old days? I mean, we all remember you versus John Hudson. We all remember you at Dreamwave. Your career, we could look back on it, and it is epic, to say the very least. Is that what got you here? Your reputation? Because
that's what I don't know.
CW,
that's what I keep trying to bring up. I haven't had a match in Shabans, Illinois since what, 2014? I don't know. I was caught off guard with this the same way everyone else was. I came into SCW for one reason and one reason only, and that's to help John Hudson out. We made our intentions clear to go after the tag team championship. So when I get a phone call saying, hey, you're going to be wrestling JPH for the heavyweight championship, it got me thinking, because that stuff just doesn't happen. And that's why I keep asking, have they already lost faith in the young man? Because, hey, I've been watching. I haven't lost faith in him. He's a good talent. I see it. He's young, makes a few mistakes, but he's got it. I don't know what the reason is. But I do know one thing: business gonna let that fall away from him.
Wait a minute, hold on now. How in the world can you sit here and say that SCW management has no faith in me whatsoever, and I just had like over 3 successful title defenses?
I didn't say they didn't have any faith in you. I said, I don't know. Did they lose faith in you or what?
No.
How did I just get jumped to the front of the line?
Hold on now, Aaron. Wait a minute now. Because like I said, you have been running amok in SCW for the past couple months, interfering in that 2 out of 3 falls count match with James Creed and John Hudson. You being just a straight up nuisance to every single person in SCW. And you're sitting here asking these questions that, frankly, you really shouldn't have to ask me. Why don't you go ahead and ask SCW management to why you just caused such a stir just to even get a match with me in the first place, Aaron?
I didn't cause a stir to get a match with you, JPH. This is what's going to be your downfall. You think this is about you.
Hold on now.
This isn't about you. You
Let
keep
me-
making this about you.
About you?
All right,
It's not about me.
So let me say this.
You're in the championship match. You can't just say it's not about you and you're not all of a sudden in the title match.
It's not about me. For me, it's always about business. That's the difference between me and you, JPH. It's always about business with me. It don't matter who I'm working with. If it makes dollars, it makes sense. It don't matter who it is. It don't matter if it's working first, working last, working for the belt, whatever makes the most dollars. JPH, you keep trying to make this about you, and it's not. It's strictly business. That's all it is. I have nothing against you personally. Nothing whatsoever.
Agreeing with all the stuff that you're saying. You're saying that this is about business. Then why do you keep coming here trying to stir up trouble?
It's
not really about
trouble.
It's usually my job.
Not stirring up trouble one bit. I came in and from day one. One thing I'm not is a liar. I come in and I made my intention very clear on what I was there for and who I was there for. Not once have I mentioned your name. Not once have I called you out. So when I say it's not about you, it's the truth. Red's known me for years. Steve's known me for years. I might be an asshole, but I ain't a liar. If you got a target on your back for me, I'm gonna tell you. That's just not the case here, JPH. This was thrown into my lap, and it's nothing personal, kid. But you know, your gravy train's over in a few days.
Good. I'm a kid because I'm the youngest one in this whole thing. I mean, I understand, Aaron. I understand that I'm the youngest one. I understand that I'm the young gun. But let me tell you this, Aaron. This young gun comes Saturday at Dissension VIII. It's kicking your ass. Not only is I kicking your ass, I'm kicking your ass out of SCW.
Who are you trying to convince?
I think C-Red's got a question. C-Red, I saw you raising your hand.
It's not a question, and I the evil genius I have known. So I mean, I think maybe Jordan's not questioning it, but Steve, I'm quite sure you had to look at the announcement a little sideways too. I mean, let's be honest. As Aaron stated, when he came into SCW, he said what he wanted and who he wanted. He mentioned nobody else after that, right?
It's true.
Okay. Now, Jordan mentioned the helping out during the 2 out of 3 falls match. Well, it kind of went with Creed at the brewery against the family, right? That because you've bonded, right? Mm-hmm. So one thing I do know about Aaron Xavier is he is a true friend to his friends. I will say that. So Hudson might have not needed his help, but that's his friend.
Man's eating nachos on the air.
No, right?
Yeah,
hey,
I mean,
you know, and I haven't eaten yet.
Pizza.
Eating some nachos.
So
it's pizza.
Oh, pizza.
Like nachos.
So I don't think, this whole, I feel like I'm watching Bill Goldberg, like who's next? Like that was so lame last night. I really want to slap somebody. Who cares about Bill Goldberg anymore, especially in 2021? Anyway, so it's not about who's next. You do got to question how Aaron got a title shot, but at this point, as everybody has stated, it's 4 days away. So it doesn't matter how he got this title shot.
I think I might be able to answer that. Who's the boss?
Who's the boss?
Oh, Tony Danza.
It came down from on high and shocked the world a few months ago and was clearly in charge.
Oh, Terry Allen.
Terry Allen. That's what I think put us in this position, because the history of the boss goes back a ways. See, Red, Terry's been around a long time.
I know.
And Terry makes these decisions based on what Aaron said, based on business. So somewhere along the line, Terry Allen felt that JPH versus Aaron Xavier was going to be the main event of this show. And those of us that like to be gainfully employed will not question Terry Allen. I certainly am in no position to question the boss. But I think it's a very interesting match, Red. I mean, we know Aaron Xavier, evil genius. We've seen him do remarkable things. You had him in the ARC, or he had you in the ARC. He creates magic wherever he goes, and madness. And then we have the story of JPH, this rising star who's not the future, he's the right here and now. So you have two completely different forces of nature that are about to collide on Saturday. And, I think that makes for very interesting drama. I think it's going to make for one hell of a match. It just goes to show you that Terry Allen knows a thing or two about this business. Because I'd buy a ticket.
Terry does know the business very well. If I can utter any advice, and please don't take this the wrong way, Aaron. Jordan, he is called the evil genius for a reason.
That's
Steve and I have watched Aaron. I have worked next to Aaron. All I'm going to say is be prepared, but there is a certain level where you can't be prepared for. When it comes to Aaron Xavier, you don't know honestly what to prepare for. It's honestly like, okay, I'm going into a wrestling match, and then it turns into a brawl. You think you're going into a brawl, and it turns into a street fight. I'm just going to say, be cautious, be prepared. I don't know. I do know Aaron Xavier has a plan in that twisted mind of his. And here's the thing, Jordan. Again, you might not. I hate to sound so cliche, but you are the Infinity War to his end game. I know Aaron. Aaron always has something going in that head of his. And if you've watched past shows, his mind is always working. I don't care. Why do you think this man is out of town right now? So he can, and he even, I saw it earlier. I needed to rest. You know why? His head constantly is thinking and moving in parts and I don't even, I'm trying to figure out how is he even on this call right now? Really? He's supposed to be relaxing, but
because I decided I needed some pizza, and it's the only place I could get a signal. That's why I'm on the call. But Jordan, it's real simple. You are a phenomenal professional wrestler. You are going to be a great professional wrestler from years to come. But it's flat simple. And Red alluded to it. You're just flatly going into a game you don't even know the fucking rules to this weekend.
Ooh.
You are going into a game where you're preparing for baseball, and we're playing lacrosse. You are not prepared for what you're going to go through this weekend. You're going into a game that you don't even know the rules to. Period. End of discussion. And you know what? Other people have come through that, and they've managed to come through. And if you do, more power to you. But Jordan, you think this is just another bump in the road for you, and this is what your big flaw is going to be. Unless you get it through your head that you are going to see something that you're not prepared for, you're just going to be a blip in history of SCW, and you're going to be back to where you started from 2 years ago or 3 years ago or whatever it was. I'm trying, like I said, I have no animosity towards you. I wish you the best. But if you keep going down this road of thinking that this is just your average wrestling match, your reign is going to be very short and very forgettable. And I'm warning you right now, it's a game. The sooner you get that through your head, the more of a chance you might have to survive it, bud.
Aaron, you know what? I'm going to say this, and then I got to get to practice, okay? Because I got to train for this Saturday for your ass. Aaron, you can drop as many
So do I.
F-bombs. You can drop as many F-bombs as you want. You can drop as many things as you want. You can say that you're playing baseball and I'm playing lacrosse. I'll say this right about now, Aaron. You call yourself an evil genius, and you say that
I don't
with
call myself.
And with C-Red, I understand C-Red that he has a whole bunch of stuff in his head. But Aaron, let me tell you this right now. Aaron, don't overthink this, because if you do overthink it, you might lose. And this Saturday, you might lose. So, Aaron, Steve, Mr. C-Red, I got to get going. I got to prepare. I got to train. I got to do whatever it takes right about now in order to make sure that Aaron never even sniffs that title belt that I have. And I'll tell you this right now, Aaron. Aaron, good luck, because you are really gonna need it. And oh yeah, make sure you fix that connection too, man. I heard George's connection's crap.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's the champ. That is JPH, and he will be working Saturday night, taking on the evil genius in what should be a
Very much is up here, bud.
Donnybrook.
It's, he's just not ready. Red tried to warn him. He's just not ready. He doesn't even know the rules of the game he's getting into.
Well, you got to give him a lot of credit, and I'll tell you why. And I'm sure that you'll flip the other side of the coin. The man has got charisma. He's got enthusiasm. He's a fighting champion. Oh my God. I didn't sign up for this. What the hell is she doing here?
I got that.
Hey, we get
next
three
one.
guests instead of two. What's the problem?
Meanest woman
Hi,
working in professional
Angel!
wrestling. Maybe meaner than Renee Van Peebles.
She ain't got nothing.
I figured we could class the joint up by, a surprise visit by the next women's champion of SCW.
Well, you know what? While she's here, we might as well pick her brain just a little bit. Angel, I'd like to say that it's nice to see you, but that would be lying. You have a big match coming up this Saturday at Dissension VIII versus Paloma Star. What say you about this matchup?
Nothing to say. I'm going to walk in as the challenger and I'm walking out the champion. Must be nice when you're the champion and never have to wrestle or do anything. I mean, obviously at SCW, you don't have to work. So, I mean,
unless you're JPH, they just feed him the wolves left and right.
Last time I was there, the tag match pulled me over. Then I came and worked in June, no Paloma. So she's gotten 2 months off, yet I had to go almost kill myself in a triple threat match.
Hey, I said the first night in that the first domino to fall was going to be Paloma Star, and we're going to prove that this weekend. Now, the added bonus was JPH getting tossed over to me. I mean, I wasn't expecting it. I literally found out about my JPH match on another podcast where me and John Hudson were on. I was told on it then. So, like I said, I wasn't lying when I was caught off guard. But hey, it's going to look really nice. They're bringing 2 belts back. 2.
That's true. And I hadn't really considered that till right now. You both are fighting for championship gold. God help us all.
And just think about it like this, Steve. John Hudson is not far behind.
This is very
Touched a
unsettling
nerve.
stuff. I want to give the people at home a chance to take a look at this. Aaron, we've got a very checkered past, you and I, but that doesn't mean I don't love your promos. So we are going to take a look at this little ditty, which I think is just pure genius. So here we go.
More importantly, Aaron and Xavier made a long awaited great return to Southland Championship Wrestling.
You might want to turn it up, Steve.
I thought I had it cranked. Shut up.
I get a shot at JPH. I really just have a situation, and that's JPH. Who'd you piss off? I mean, I just was under the impression you were one of those chosen ones, like Creed, Loma Star, that you were one of those chosen. Who did you piss off and damage you? That they're putting you in the ring with the evil genius 6 days.
It's as loud as I can make it.
Oh,
Go on Facebook and watch it.
It's 6 days. 6 days, JPH. 6 days for you to hold on to that title. 6 days for you to figure out what you've done wrong. Because in 6 days, I end your reign for good.
Well, I'm sorry you couldn't hear it, but that is spun gold. So congratulations. That's one hell of a promo. For those of you that need promo work, he's very good at it.
It only took me 14 hours. I said I've been living in solitude.
It's been nice.
It's like spending my time sitting by the river.
again,
Okay, so-
I have to.
Is this just we're talking about who he pissed off and what's going on and how this all happened. It seems like there's something going on under the surface. I have seen you take over places before, and the people that hold the titles run the show. So if Angel beats Paloma Star, if Aaron Xavier beats JPH, you hold all the gold except for the Genesis title and
When?
the tag titles.
When?
Is this all
And the
part
tag
of a
titles.
bigger plan?
Well, we can always get 2 belts.
Hey, look, I told from day one, I said the first domino to fall was going to be Paloma Star and Angel was going to be the next women's champion. I made that no secret. Now, as for JPH, once again, Steve, you know me for a long time. I'm an asshole. I'm a bastard, but I'm not a liar. I had no part in this, but I'm also a businessman, and I ain't going to turn it down because I know with that goal comes more money, more prestige, more power. Makes the rest of my goals a little bit easier. So, yeah, when I take that title off JPH and Angel takes the title off Paloma Star, yeah, it leaves a couple more, but once again, you're still forgetting about the game's father, still forgetting about John Hudson. And I'm pretty sure John Hudson has quite the history with the current Genesis champion.
That's true.
Mm-hmm.
And, there's still that matter of, the fact I've been calling out Elite Pain left and right. Anything wrong, or they're just throwing them to the wolves. How else would you explain that Hunter Payne and Marco Anthony are once again not getting in the ring with John Hudson and Aaron Xavier?
And way better looking.
Never mentioned JPH once, but yet neither one of them answered the call. Yeah, that's real smart. Let me go ahead and kill your future before you even get a chance to be the present.
Strong words from down in Georgia by the power couple of SCW, and they are going to be on display this Saturday night. SCW Dissension VIII at the Japan Civic Center is going to be on fire. You'll see Angel fight Paloma Star. You'll see Aaron Xavier fight JPH, both for gold. You're going to see Jake Andrews in action against the American Sheik with the Genesis title. You're going to see James Creed, the real sharpshooter, versus Christopher St. Michael. You're going to see VIP versus El Dorado. You're going to see Scott Spade versus Rick Raid, and you're going to see Ivan Manson of the family versus Tiny. This is a high octane show. This is the 8th Dissension, and for my money, it sounds like the biggest of all time. Aaron, Xavier, and Angel, you are going to be headlining this show.
As it should be.
Of course.
How are you with your history? Do you feel your presence there makes Dissension 8 the biggest of all time?
Duh.
Why else would we be the headliners? It's, you know, we are the money. I said it on the show. Me and John said it on the show before. It's like they had asked us about the tag division. It's like, we are that cornerstone. The reason they put up with us is because we are that financial gain they need.
Mm-hmm.
We are that money. If we weren't worth the money, why would they deal with the headache that we cause? This is a business. This isn't the Wrestling Friendship Network. It's the wrestling business. The reason people deal with people like me and Angel and John Hudson is because we make them money. And if we just want to take a little extra for ourselves and cause a little mayhem in the process, so be it.
See, Red, you've been quiet. You've been paying attention. You've been listening to all of this. What does the urban sensation think about what's going on and what's to come?
I'm scared for Saturday, and hell, I won't be there. And by all means, looks like I'm kind of glad it might not be a building left. I mean, I really want you to think about this, Steve, and you kind of touched on it, but I want you to really, Steve, let me paint this picture. Angel beats the crap out of Paloma, gets her belt. Xavier beats the hell out of JPH, gets his belt. You've seen Hudson. You've seen Hudson post videos. I know you have. I've seen them. Everybody's seen them. The dude is no longer in a brace. Like, the dude should be still sitting somewhere rehabbing, and no, this dude is like bigger and stronger. Again, I don't know what it is with Hudson and Vic Capri. They get hurt, and damn it, they come back like 3 sizes bigger. I don't get it. But so Hudson, think about it. You alluded to it. They get the power, right? So now, all of a sudden, doesn't it make sense that Hudson versus for the Genesis title? And again, I'm not saying any names. I'm just saying Aaron Xavier made his point clear. Who? Yet we haven't seen that match yet.
It's going to happen. It can only be put off for so long, C-Red. You know that.
I'm just saying, I don't have a problem with signing the contract. I'm just waiting to get a contract. So I can't do nothing till the SCW management hands me the contract and says, hey, we're going to finally do the match. Okay. As Elite Pain's manager, I will sign the dotted line. But guess what? And I've asked, hello, when? And
I keep being told that we have to wait for John Hudson to be clear and back. All I'm trying to say is that he's not as far away as a lot of people would like to think he is.
I'm just saying. But this Saturday can be scary. Saturday, and again, it can be scary. Because if these two walk out of Shabazz with those titles,
When?
Shabazz and any other place they can ever think about running will never be the same.
And there'll only be 2 belts left.
It doesn't, Steve, it doesn't matter about those other titles. It does what it doesn't. You've been around Angel and Aaron long enough to know the hell they can cause.
This is true. That's 100% true.
I love Red. He's such a realist. It's fun.
He is. He
He
gets
is-
it.
is quite
He
the
sees
He
realist.
really does. He
Uh,
gets us.
He gets us.
it's all coming clear now. It's all been made very clear that this is a hostile takeover.
And here's the scary part.
It's only got to be hostile if people put up a fight.
I know that twisted head of his. I know it. I know there's something else going on back there. So you talking about a hostile takeover? Like, dude, it might be called ACW after Saturday. Aaron and Angel Championship Wrestling. I'm just saying. Don't be surprised if Sunday
like
you
that.
see it.
God help us all.
You never know what's going to happen, bud.
Terry Allen, his,
You might not get a paycheck no more.
God willing.
that wouldn't surprise me in any way, but that's neither here nor there.
I might not get again. I'm with Elite Pain.
Oh, okay, all right.
Do you not grasp the concept that if they take over, like my check goes from here to
You know what I do know? You know what I do understand is the very simple concept that once ARC, always ARC. So let's not pretend for a minute that elephant in the room is walking out of here anytime soon.
Hey, I've said before, it's not no. I know he's got his boys right now, and we've got history, but there's going to be a certain point where a decision is going to have to be made, and I'm not going to push him one way or the other. He's going to make the decision that's best for him and his family, and whichever way it goes, he's just going to have to live with whatever the consequences of that choice is.
Man, I smell a rat.
No, that would be you.
Well, this is all very interesting. Angel, when I was watching and doing commentary for the brewery match, I got a good look at you in your quest for a comeback. And compared to the first time I saw you in SCW, I thought I was watching a different person. You have really kicked off that ring rust and looked phenomenal. So as much as I don't like to say it, I do feel like Paloma Star has her hands full because you were moving around that ring very swiftly and very violently.
Dude, do you not see the guns on that?
Well, that's 12 years of 12 years of experience, and people kind of forget that I've been around the block a time or two, that I've wrestled the Melanie Cruzes, the Smiley Kylies, the Sierras. I've battled the best in the Midwest before I think Paloma even started wrestling.
See, what you're seeing is a whole different angle. You see, what always held her back was being that nice person, being, caring about the other person. Once I got it through her head that it's a business, that violence came out. Look, it's never personal with me, Steve. Well, I can't say never because there have been times that it's been very personal, but most of the time it's always business. Once she got out of got it out of her head that, hey, I can be liked by everybody, and treated this as a job and treated this as the business it is, you're seeing the true potential this woman has.
Scary.
Yeah,
Red, you look scared of me right now.
First of all, woman, I was scared of you the last time we did an interview, and you were in the background, and your bicep just looked like, it was like, damn, what has she been lifting? So again,
The game's metrics of.
So, and again, people are not grasping this concept. I don't get it. I know everybody. I know everybody here. I know everybody. I love everybody. I love Red loves everybody. But I know how devious Angel is. And I know how devious Aaron is. Now we also know that they've been together for a long time. Now the world should be scared. SCW should be scared. I'm scared. Hell, and I ain't even gonna be there Saturday. I'm be in up these stairs in my bed with the covers over with my phone off. I don't want no phone calls. I don't want to hear about the slaughter that took place at SCW because these two alone are bad. And then you add Hudson whenever he come back. I feel like we in ECW all over again. We got a new triple threat. I'm and again, this ain't the little Angel like he said. See, Steve, I knew Angel years ago when she was smaller and she was a sweetheart. And Aaron was actually on the other side. And I stood and watched Aaron as he let me holler at you. And look what happened. Not only is she meaner, she is bigger. She's tougher. You were at the brewery. You saw her in the match.
Well, I was at the brewery from afar, from a distance. But I felt like I was there. That's for sure.
It don't matter. You saw the end result.
I did. It was quite a match, and she was moving quite well. I do have a message to deliver. I was charged with a message. I was tasked with a message. I saw an old friend Friday night, and he wanted me to deliver a message to you personally.
So who?
To Aaron.
Oh, okay.
Oh boy.
Aaron, if you'll indulge me for a moment, I'm going to deliver this message.
What did the boy wonder want to say to me now?
You know, it's funny you should mention that. He said, "Dear Robin."
How did I know?
So original.
If you don't shut your mouth, Elite Pain is going to make an example of you. Pretty simple.
So shaken.
That's very cute of him to say.
I remember slapping the crap out of him.
It's very cute because I've been told to shut my mouth by them for 4 or 5 months, and yet here I am still standing, not had my mouth shut. So until they actually, show up to shut me up, I'm just gonna keep saying it.
You don't know right with his balls, but
it's like, it's the Elite Boy Wonder and Hunter Payne. It is what it is. Brad, I don't know where you fit into that. I mean, I don't want to call you Alfred, but it's kind of where it gets in where it fits in.
I am not the biggest Marco Anthony fan. He and I have had problems for a few years now. But I believed him when he said that he was going to shut you up and shut you up for good. So I do believe Evil Gains Evil versus Elite Pain will be happening sooner than we all think. But that's the future. We are dealing with the here and now. And folks, if you have got nothing to do, even if you have something to do on Saturday night, undo your plans, cancel them, and come to Shabance, Illinois, the Civic Center. SCW presents Dissension VIII. It's going to be one hell of a show. Don't yawn on me. You just had pizza, so now you're in food coma.
Yeah, and I need to get my ass up the mountain before it gets too dark out.
You can't tell people to cancel their plans, man.
Cancel the plans. Come to Shabance. You get to see Paloma Star versus Angel. That's a 5-star match. You get to see JPH defend his title against the Evil Genius. Many other matches on that card that'll be exciting. It's going to live up to the hype. It's going to be a great night in Shabance. I hope you can all join us there for SCW Live.
I can't. My daughter's baby shower.
Oh, that's okay. How many kids have there been? You've been to other baby showers of hers, right?
No, this is my oldest first.
Okay, well, she'll have another one.
No, she better not. No.
Hey, just to give you an idea, look, get going here soon. I really do got to get my butt out the mountain before 53 deer in that 15-minute drive. Like, I know I was talking to Steve earlier, that's Steve, 53. In the 14 minutes it took us to get out of the mountain.
That's a lot of deer. Aaron Xavier Angel, thank you for joining us tonight. We appreciate you taking time out of your vacation to sit with us. We're going to see you Saturday night in Shabance. Thanks to JPH. Thanks to C Red, the urban sensation. Always fun, Red. And we will see you next time on the Power Hour next Tuesday night. Our guest will be the villainous Roxy Hart. Until then, for C Red, I'm Steve. We'll catch you on the flip side. Good night.
Snoochie boochies. Snoochie.
Snoochie.